Welcome back to another episode of Beyond This, where we talk about life, growth, and spirituality, and all the spaces in between. I'm your host, Medium Matilda, and today we're doing something a little different. We're handing the mic, energetically and metaphorically, over to your spirit team. Because here's the truth. Most people forget. Your guides know you better than you know yourself. Not because they're always watching you. Let's be honest. They don't care if you ate cheese at 3 a.m., but because they see your potential. They see your soul's purpose and the long arc at who you're becoming. Not just who you think you are today. So today I'm going to walk you through what your guides wish you knew in a way they've never delivered. During readings, during meditations, and during my own journey, I have experienced my guides endlessly. And I teach how to connect with your guides. This episode is one big permission slip, one big reminder, one big energetic realignment for you. Before we dive into that topic, we are going to just remember that you are important. You are empowered. You can do what you set your mind to do. I want you to stop talking yourself out of these things. I've had a less than pleasant 7 or 8 days. First world problems. I wasn't able to record last week. I have been out of sorts because I've been out of my own home. Those of us, or those of you that are in the audience, know that us neurodivergents don't cope well with lack of routine and lack of access to what they need. And I've been in an Airbnb. I spent a week at an Airbnb and then a week at a friend's, coming home on weekends, which has just been exhausting. Didn't take my studio gear with me last week and just had to go, okay, I'm not going to record it on a phone. I'm going to wait until I am back home. And that's what I've done. So thank you to everyone that reached out and said, where's your episode, Matilda? We miss you, Matilda. I miss you all too. And I hope this week's makeup makes up for it. Please let me know where you are listening. We've had some amazing stories of walks that I have been on, places of the planet that I never thought I would get to, where you are taking me on your walk, your drive to work, even been listening to me in the office. That is a bit, hope you're wearing headphones, because I am not always safe for work, as we know. But it's, as I say, it's first world problems. And I also want to give you a bit of a reminder to be kind to yourself. Now, I had my meltdown this weekend just gone. I found everything overwhelming. It was too much, way, way, way too much for me. I chose this. I chose to do a renovation as well as adopt a dog that is a little bit trying. And I have found things a little bit too much. I'm very lucky somebody sort of came and got Seamus and gave me a good night's sleep. And a good night's sleep can reset just about everything there is. But be kind to yourselves. Perfectionism, as I have said many times, stops progress. And those that know me well, know that I am a perfectionist. So let's talk about your guides and the love letter that they have for you. If your guides could gather you in a room and say one thing to you, it would be this: you are not behind, not in your healing and not in your relationship, not in your manifestations and not in your purpose. You compare your timeline to everyone else. your friends, your siblings, strangers on Instagram, and completely forget that your soul is working on your curriculum. Your guides want you to know that you are exactly on time. Nothing has been wasted. Delays are not punishments. They're preparations. And you cannot miss what is meant for you, ever. They also want you to know that it's okay to want more. There's this lie in the spiritual community where people somewhere along the way have said that wanting more is greedy or ungrateful or not very spiritual. Your guides flatly disagree with this. They wish you understood that desire is divine guidance, longing is direction, ambition is alignment, and expansion is your soul's nature. When you want more peace, more love, more money, more opportunity, more impact, it's not selfish. It's the part of you that remembers what you're capable of. And you are so much more intuitive than you think. Your guides wish you knew that you're already receiving guidance constantly. You're just dismissing most of it. You know the things. The gut pull, the sudden thought, the repetitive song, the person you can't stop thinking about, the dream that felt too real. The weird little knowing you immediately took yourself out of. That was us. You just ignored it. Intuition whispers, it nudges, it repeats until you finally listen. Your guides are constantly asking for them and what they're showing you to be seen. They also want you to stop asking for signs that you won't action on. Your guides love giving signs, but they wish you understood something clear. Signs mean nothing without action. Most people aren't waiting for guidance. They are waiting for courage. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. This is your human experience. Your human experience is not a flaw. It's the entire point. Your guides don't expect perfection, calmness, enlightenment, or neutrality. They expect effort. They expect willingness. I do many readings, and I have read for thousands and thousands of people. And about 10% of those people that come to me for their readings, they just want the answers. They want me to fix their problems. They don't realize that it is a participation sport, that I, as a medium, cannot fix problems. I make predictions if they're given to me, and I pass on the knowledge that your guides want you to know, to action, to work on. And they know you better than anyone else. But that 10% of people that aren't willing to change, willing to take a chance, willing to understand that it is a participation sport, they're never going to go anywhere, and they're going to complain about me. But those that come to me with open arms, that are ready to hear and willing to put things into action, they're the ones that succeed. Your guides want you to know that you are loved more than you will ever know. Your guides wish you could feel what they feel about you. Unconditional, unwavering, and constant love. No conditions, no judgment, no pulling away when you're struggling. They want you to know that in the future, your future self is cheering you on. Your future self is part of your guidance team. They are already living the life that you are creating. They are whispering direction, reassurance, and encouragement. Your future self is not imaginary. It's a frequency you grow into. And your guides need you to know that it's okay to change your mind. You are not inconsistent. You are not flaky. You are not confused. But you are evolving. Permission to pivot. Permission to choose again, and permission to follow what makes you feel alive. And your guides, they want you to know you are here to make an impact. You exist, therefore you contribute. Your voice, presence, decisions, energy, they ripple. Your spirit team wishes you knew so much more about yourself. Not because you're doing things wrong, but because you're doing so much right. And you didn't see it. You don't see it. It's important that you know that you are loved, you are supported, you are guided, and you are never, ever alone. Now we're going to do our Patreon shout-outs. If you don't know about Patreon, it is the platform where I bring most of my work. There are several tiers within Patreon, starting at just $5 a month, where you support this podcast and you should receive a newsletter. I know there was no newsletter this month. Forgive me, I will make it worth your while. I have my monthly coffee mornings, and in this month, in December, I think it's December the 22nd, my time, I am having a paid Patreon event where I will be doing spirit-led readings, both psychic and mediumship, and just having a chat. It's a thank you to all of those that have contributed to Patreon and supported this podcast. So that is for all Patreon members. The different tiers that we have support different levels of what work you want to do on yourself. It starts at $5. Then we have the next level, which is mainly around predictions, getting to ask questions. There's Patreon-only Q&A that goes with that level, as well as the coffee morning. And then we have the next level, which is the Magnificent Manifestors, which we're doing monthly manifesting. This month, December, we are concentrating on aligning our energy. It's a 30-day challenge to align your energy for 2026, to get ready for 2026. So that's going on in the Magnificent Manifestors. We have a private chat for that. Plus, we have the WhatsApp group. And my new tier, which was released this week, is Connected, which is the highest tier. We have an open circle. It's all about your spiritual development, your psychic connection, your intuition. There's going to be, as I say, an open circle once a month, as well as different tips and tricks. There'll be some meditations, things like that added to it. But if you are wanting to develop your intuition, get in to a communication with your guides, learning how to decipher your messages, working on that part, get into my Patreon and connect with Connected, where again we have a private chat where you can all talk amongst yourselves about your spiritual growth. Separate to the Patreon, I also have the Embody Mentorship, which starts in January. This is not mentorship for mediumship or psychic development. It is mentorship for you. It is about your growth, aligning yourself with your future self. And there is both one-on-one mentorship with me, which includes 6 intuitively guided sessions over a 12-month period, or there is the group mentorship, which includes workbooks and Zoom groups once a month. So I'll include all of that in my show notes, but I just wanted to give a little bit of a shout out to all of that. So our newest members on Patreon, Sierra W, Carol, at My Flavoured Truth, Yummy Bites. I want to know about that. Thank you very much. You have joined for 12 months. Felicia Jaros, you have joined for in the Matilda's messages. Susan Allen, Sherry Holiday, Ogie, who has joined for 12 months, Jenny Fleming, Ivana Griffin, and Shelley Rose. You guys rock. You keep this podcast afloat. Please make sure that you check out all of the collections where all of the past content is, because you have access to everything right from when Patreon started years ago. So have a look in the collection so that you know what you can and can't have, what access you get to everything. Remember, if you are I try and be a little vaguer when it comes to social media, because the audience, I don't get to choose the audience. People can get triggered very quickly and I can come across as vague. That's why I always say come to my podcast or Patreon for a little bit more detail. Now, the video that I put up this week, I said that there would be a US cabinet member go. I have spoken about this previously. This is not a new prediction, but I'm going to reiterate it. I feel like Hegseth is going to go. I mean, you'd have to be a blind man to not realize that he is on his way out. I also think that Bondi might be next, but I want to make a big prediction. I'm not sure if I have said this publicly. I don't believe that Trump is going to die as president. I believe he is going to be ousted either through ill health, and I made that prediction at the beginning of the year. The 25th Amendment, I think it is. He's going to be ousted through ill health. The military are going to remove him before he dies. I don't think he's going to live past. And people are going to go, but Matilda, you shouldn't make predictions about when people die. I'm going to give you a time frame. I think it's going to be before April next year. That is what I'm going to say. Gas pipeline issues, shortages. I think that there is something underwater that happens. It may break the gas line, or somebody's going to hold it hostage. It feels like it's not getting from one country to another. And I think it's the UK that this is going to happen to. 7+ earthquake in Thailand, maybe Bangkok. This is this area. So Thailand, Bangkok, Indonesia, all show up the same to me as a psychic medium, unless they say it's Bali or something like that. I keep getting visions, repeated visions, and please don't shoot the messenger. It feels like there is another tsunami similar to the one that happened. I think it was 2006, 2007. I cannot remember the year it happened. It was a Boxing Day tsunami. I keep getting that Christmas, New Year devastation feeling. Health systems under pressure in the UK and USA. This is more than normal. Okay. I know a lot of people are going to go, but they're always under pressure. There's always someone, isn't there? It is significant. It makes headlines. It feels like they're having to push, close, can't keep up with flu, can't keep up with the illnesses. It feels like there is, I don't want to use the word pandemic, a virus that is going to take people by surprise. It feels like it could be just the flu and it's really bad. But the UK and USA were both standing out to me. It's like closed doors, setting up emergency hospitals, that sort of thing. So, you know what? If you haven't had your flu shot, go and get it. And if you're an anti-vaxxer, pull your head out your ass. Russia releases unseen documents and images. This could also be voice recording of telephone conversations. It is pertaining to Trump and his cabinet. JFK Jr. is coming to mind too, so it could be something to do with that. Republicans turn their back on Trump. We are seeing this happen. I predicted this months ago. We are seeing it happen now. I feel like the next 2 weeks is going to be incredibly interesting as far as the future of Trump's presidency. Christmas Day, a volatile worldwide weather and terrorism. It feels very explosive. It feels like there could be shock earthquakes, shock explosive energy. There could be a terrorist attack on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I've really had this strong warning about New York all year, and I don't think that warning's over. Last year, I really warned people to stay out of the center of New York on New Year's Eve. I need to repeat that because that did not happen. I am going to be continually given stuff until it happens. Leadership's challenges become explosive. This is both the UK and USA. I tell you, it's both those countries are going through systemic change right now for very, very different and opposite reasons. It could be the 2IC leadership in the UK. I don't think it's Starmer yet, but his days are numbered. I do know that there are challenges being made against Trump this week. We will hear about it. We will see it. Major weather impact, flooding in a lot of countries. Australia, we are going to see flooding now. We are currently seeing the early fires that I predicted. We are going to see a lot more fires when it comes to the end of December. Again, Christmas, New Year period is really standing out to me, and right the way through January and February, but we're also in different parts of the country going to see a lot of flooding. I think Victoria and Melbourne may see flooding next week, which is the second week of December. I hope not, because that's where I am. Major software glitch, travel, banking, hospital. It's a mix of, I feel like AI not talking to each other or two programs that have AI glitching is going to cause travel chaos globally. And I also feel like the same like hacking feeling for quite a few banks. Country goes into mourning. I feel like this is the UK. I feel like it's sudden. I think it's shocking. So I'm giving you that. I also want to say that if you're shopping, it could be the second or third week of December, but it's like all the banks go down, the EFTPOS systems, the Visa cards, the transactions go down. I'm going to say Australia, UK. I'm not sure about the US, but they're showing me like queues and queues and queues of people trying to get their groceries. And it feels like it's spicy because it's just on that Christmas turn when the shops are going to shut. A mystery passing of a superstar. I feel like there's a drowning or a death involving water. And it's somebody mega famous. So they go for a swim, they don't come back. I keep getting shown Harold Holt. If you don't know who Harold Holt is, that is one you can Google. That is something that Matilda says that you can Google. That's a lot. There is a lot of energy out there. There is a lot of changes happening. We are only on, so today is the 2nd of December here in Australia. So much happening, so much changing. Expect the unexpected is what I want to say. And there is going to be celebrations. There is going to be fun. You can bring whatever fun you want into your life. This is a global look. So I've given you all the tools on how to manage when global things happen. But this is spicy. So look after yourselves. All right. That about it from me this week. I don't have much else to say other than my February readings are available. They are online. So that is a lot. That is a lot of predictions that are happening at the moment. But what I will say is you can have a good day. You can have a good month. You can have an amazing Christmas. Bring your energy back to you. Be careful where your energy is going. If you cannot control a situation, try and shift your energy back to you, your family. Remember when we're diving into social media, or the news and we're getting upset by it and we're reacting to it or we're reactive to it, you are the one suffering. Your family, your kids, those around you every day are the ones suffering. And it doesn't do anyone any good. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means that you are building your strength to help others and yourself. That's about it from me this week. This has been Beyond This, and thank you for joining me.